Who has moral authority? One time I was poisoned, kicked, and forced to dig my own grave with an M16 pressed into my skull. The people who did that were taught to believe, as we were all taught to believe, that people who look and sound like me hate other races. Unfortunately for me, they didn't kill me, obviously, but they let me know that they could have. But had we not been taught that ridiculous lie that racism exists, then they would not have been inclined to take the anger of their miserable lives out on me. But the upside to this is that, being white, I knew that I could not experience racism. And that's what we were all taught, right? The media and the education system taught us that. And so the Marxists who control our educational systems and our media accidentally taught me the truth. Those individuals who attacked me wanted to justify their actions with any available excuse. And that is the definition of social justice. Anytime you hear the word social justice, it means violence. With the belief that racism exists in their minds, they assumed moral authority over me. I didn't give it to them, they assumed it. And the word racism is just an excuse to do evil. I'm not trying to make a big deal about that incident. It's embarrassing. It's not something that I really want to talk about. But it helped me to realize that if racism doesn't exist for me, then it exists for no one. It doesn't matter what color I am. It doesn't, if it doesn't exist for one color, then it doesn't exist for another. And that's how I knew that racism is just a made-up lie. It's a made-up word and a made-up lie. Those people didn't have anti-white racism either. They took the anger of their lives out on me because they had that excuse that I was supposed to be racist. It's just like the direction arrows in Walmart. It all comes down to what you believe. So it's just a means of control. Belief is a means of control. We all know that the arrow is telling you to go this direction and that direction to reduce the spread of Wu flu, right? It doesn't work. It does nothing. But it is a means of control because people believe that and they are controlled by that. Once again, because there are some hard-headed people out there, the people on the left are saying that racism exists for this group, but not for that group over there. But what happens when something happens to that group over there, as it often does, what is it called then? It's called justice. And as we have seen over the last several months, what justice means to these people, burning down cities, stealing, killing, justice means violence. These people, these meth heads, want to watch the world burn. They don't care what excuse they have to use to get away with it. They have full media backing. They have collusion from state and local governments. And so as individuals, we need to stop giving these people on the left moral authority by dignifying their belief with racism, that it actually exists. Never give away your moral authority. Never give the enemy your weapon. Don't watch their shows. Don't buy their products. They're all going to hell anyway, and they want to drag us in with them. The people on the left believe everything that they are told and shown except for the truth. If tomorrow the media switched to the narrative that white people good, black people bad, then nothing you could say could change the minds of these people who watch those shows. Blacks, whites, whoever watches those shows, they would believe it, and they would act as if that's what they always believed. When you go through a real attack like that, you don't brag about it. You don't openly tell people how you were, say for example, beat down or whatever. It's embarrassing. But every day people want to act like fools, fight cops, and then claim racism as long as they have a video of it, because they want to be the big super victim of the day. When that incident happened to me, it was more dramatic than anything. I was the only calm one there. Everybody else was yelling and screaming and full of rage and supposedly at me. But I was completely calm the entire time. However, whatever they put in my coffee after I threw up, it rendered me unable to move. So I'm not sure what happened there. And then after that happened, then the M16 pressed in my skull. So when you're actually the victim of something, you just don't go out and yell and scream and howl and burn down cities and destroy things and steal and kill. That's what predators do. That's what criminals do. That's not what people who are actual victims do. It just doesn't happen that way. All of that is a lie. And if you believe that lie, then you are supporting evil in an attempt to overthrow good. And here's the point of the video. It's just that simple. It's not hard to understand. Simply by believing that racism exists, hate is being directed toward white people. That's not right. Do you understand? It's all a lie. Again, if you believe that lie, then ask yourself this question. Why would anyone believe something that someone over here tells you about someone else? Why would you rather believe a lie about someone else than to face the truth about yourself, which is that none of us are good? The biggest lie that these people on the left want to believe is that they are good, and the people who oppose their ideas, if you want to call it that, are bad. And the truth is, once again, none of us are good, and that's why we have to rely on higher principles. That's why higher principles are important. We are each responsible for our own morality, but who has moral authority over us? It's an interesting question, just something to think about. I mean, for example, say you commit a crime and then you get arrested by the police. In that instance, the police have moral authority over you. But say, for example, you get arrested for not wearing your mask in the middle of town. It's an unlawful order, so they can still arrest you for that. However, you have retained your moral authority. Understand, it's something worth considering, because the type of government that these people want all over the world that they're seeking is total control, total everybody snitching on everybody else. It would be total hell, and it'll only get worse after that. Have a good day.